Welcome to the 2A Patriot Ranch, where freedom rings and liberty stands, don't need to flinch. Deep in the heart of the American soil, this is where we train, where we sweat and we toil. We run drills on tactical defense, honing our skills with a precise cadence. Rifle marksmanship to hand-to-hand combat, leave no stone unturned, that's a fact.
What is up, 2A Patriot Ranch family? Welcome back to the ranch. It is a kind of shitty day outside, that's why we are up underneath of the wood shop overhang here. But today we're going to be taking a look at something interesting. About probably 6-7 months ago, we talked about the gun that we travel around with, our truck gun, if you will. But today we're going to bring you a new iteration of the truck gun, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so let's take a look at what we are going to call the new truck gun, and then some of the reasonings behind it, why we chose to build this specific gun, and how that relates to being kept in a vehicle. So starting off, let's just talk about uppers, lowers, and some accessories. The upper here, this is a Rosco complete upper. It's the K9 Wedge upper. It's a 12.5 inch upper. The barrel in here is a 5.56 barrel. And it is a collab they did with Sage Dynamics. So it is a proprietary, what they're calling a patrol length gas system. It's not adjustable. We have yet to run this suppressed, so you guys are going to see that for the first time today. But supposedly you don't need an adjustable gas block with this gas system. It is made of 416R stainless steel. Kind of as the saying goes, 416R, better performing barrel, better accuracy. However, you're probably giving up some longevity with it. I doubt I will ever put enough rounds through this gun to have longevity be its issue. There are going to be other issues that creep up well before longevity becomes an issue with this one. So the handguard up here is called their Wedge Lock handguard. It extends the pick rail the whole way out, the full length of the handguard. I believe this one is 10.75 inches. As you can see on a 12.5 inch barrel, you've got a little bit that sticks out there. It does have M-LOK on 5 sides. I actually really like the color, the anodized color on here. It's a lot sharper of a black than I'm used to seeing on handguards. And they've got their little bulldog logo on here, their little Rosco logo. The lower receiver that we have here is from Zero Delta. As you can see, it is not their full ambi, but it does have the ambidextrous slide release and magazine release. However, it does not have the ambidextrous safety selector. Not something that I was super worried about on this gun. But maybe in the future I'll swap it out for one of the Zero Delta lowers that does have the ambidextrous safety selector. The reason I really like these Zero Delta lowers is they manufacture a really quality product here in the United States, and they are not expensive at all. You can pick these up right around $100. The non-ambidextrous versions you can pick up for right around $100 all the time without a sale going on or anything like that. And their full ambi ones are only about like $130, $140, something like that. So really good deal on a lower. I have not messed with the trigger on this one at all. I actually just did buy a new SSAE trigger that I will most likely be putting in here, but I haven't touched that yet. And these things come stock with, the lowers come stock with an A2 M4 grip, and I put a Magpul MOE on here. As you can see, since this is a 12.5, the normal zero delta lowers come with a MFT Battle Link stock on it. I swapped it out for a SB Tactical SBA3 pistol brace since this is a pistol. The optic we have on here is the Holosun SCRS. I just picked this up today. It's something that I've been kind of looking at for a little while. I love the footprint of it. I love the profile of it. I've been a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger on it, so to speak, because it is a completely solar powered optic. There's no battery. So I was a little hesitant on doing that, and because of that, it most likely won't stay on this gun. I will most likely put a battery powered optic on this gun because it will sit in the truck a lot and it won't have access to light. It's going to be put away. So I want to make sure that it's ready and able to put shots on target when necessary. On the top end here, we have a dedicated 5.56 suppressor. This is the Otter Creek Polonium K can. I absolutely love this can. It is probably one of the best sounding cans out there. As you guys know, with 5.56, it's very, very hard to get the sound super suppressed. It's not like 300 blackout. You run subsonic 300 blackout suppressed and hearing safe all day long, below hearing safe. With 5.56, it's a little bit different. You really want to make sure that you're changing the sound of it so that it changes from a clack to more of a like, a little more of a oomph, you know, and that's what's really going to change the dynamics as far as hearing goes. Now, why do we choose this type of gun to go in the truck? Well, number one, the 12.5-inch upper from Rosco is my favorite upper. This barrel that they did with Sage Dynamics with the patrol length gas system, probably one of the best 12.5-inch uppers on the market right now. It is absolutely phenomenally built by two fantastic companies, and I actually really like their handguard. But 12.5, it's still going to be fairly concealable inside of a bag. You can see with the pistol grip lowered, you can kind of see, the pistol brace lowered, you can kind of see the overall footprint is still fairly small, but it's going to be large enough that you're still able to wield it, you know, with some reliability. And then the can, obviously the can is kind of interesting, right? Like, why would you want to put a can on your truck gun? My question to you guys is, why would you not want to put a can on your truck gun? You're most likely not going to have hearing protection readily available to throw on before you engage a target. So instead of blowing out your eardrums, or if you have other people in the car blowing out their eardrums, this allows you to lessen those decibels, change the sound profile of that clack, and not hurt anybody around you. You know, if you're worried about the total cost of something that could possibly be stolen out of your vehicle as the determining factor of whether you're going to carry a gun in your vehicle or not, probably not thinking about it the right way. Plus, when you look at it, I mean, this total build, SB Tactical brace, optic, lower, upper, can, gosh, let's see, 100, 700, 70. You're looking at right around $1,300 for this entire setup. If you looked at doing it without a can, you know, probably about $600. The difference between $600, $700, and $1,300 when it comes to something being stolen is not all that great. And I would rather have the performance out of a firearm like this than go unsuppressed and use subpar components in my rifle. Well, we've talked about this thing a lot. Let's go put some shots downrange. It looks like it kind of cleared up a little bit right now. So let's put some shot on range and kind of see how it runs. Like I said, I've never shot this thing suppressed before, so I'm really interested to share with you guys what happens when we shoot it that way. So let's head on out to the range. All right, guys, we're gonna try to get this video filmed before this nasty storm rolls in. If you are watching this, this is probably after any kind of storm has gone through the southeastern US. We're on the verge of what might be Debby. So we're starting to feel a little bit of the outer bands of that storm right now. So we're still out here for you because we do this for you guys. All right, that's not really totally true. I really like shooting guns. So we're going to put some X-Tac 62 grain green tip. This is what we would probably carry in this firearm anyway if it was in the truck. So let's fire this thing up, put some lead down range, see how she runs. I need to put a better charging handle on here because I was taking some gas. I put on this ambidextrous charging handle I had here real quick. I don't even know who makes this one, but I don't know if you could tell from the video, but that gas was not diverting at all and was going straight up into thy face. But other than that, what'd you guys think about the sound? Sounds pretty good, right? That gas is much. Oh, tons of gas in my fucking face. I thought the sound was fantastic. I really need to swap that freaking charging handle out. Man, this thing runs really well. We were shooting a little bit of steel and a little bit of static targets there. Looks like mostly A and C zone hits there, if I can see from here. That's not too bad without really sighting in the optic too much. I just used a barrel laser sight, bore sight, threw it up on the wall just so we were at least somewhat freaking close. But yeah, I would say overall, this thing shoots super flat. The recoil feels fantastic. The mitigation there is pretty amazing. So let's shoot some more rounds and see how this thing and this can continue to run. All right, guys, we are kind of way the heck back here now. So what I really want to do here is just see the performance from basically like a little bit further away than normal engagement range, and see what the flatness looks like, what's the accuracy look like coming out of this Rosco and Sage Dynamics barrel. So let's shoot a few shots from back here and see how we go. that was good. I obviously would be a lot better, guys, if I was not taking gas to the face. That's really fucking distracting. But I think once I swap that charging handle out, this is one hell of a freaking truck gun. Yeah, one hell of a truck gun. Not bad at all. What did our ejection look like there, guys? Looks pretty good. Overall, I'd say the ejection there looks not too bad. I saw one kind of limp out. That's why I was wondering kind of what maybe it looked like. But I would say overall, they were ending up in the same place. It looked like between about 2:30 and 3 o'clock right there, which is not bad for a suppressed firearm. When I was shooting this thing unsuppressed, I was getting pretty consistent, like 3 o'clock-ish, right on the money there. Anyway, let's let this thing cool down a little bit and then head back to the truck and give some final thoughts. All right, guys, so, man, let's wrap it up with some final thoughts on our new truck gun right here. I figured this thing was probably going to get a little bit hot, just considering we put a lot of rounds in through a short period of time. I can't imagine how hot that K can is right now. That thing is probably freaking blazing hot. And I learned my lesson with cans a long time ago. I've got a couple burn scars to prove it. But I would say overall, if you're looking for a reliable suppressed truck gun, this build right here is something that's not going to disappoint you. The Zero Delta lower at around $100, guys, like I know I've said it on other videos, but the money happens in the upper, not the lower. You know, we are going to change out the trigger just to get a little bit better of a smooth trigger. I think that that's perfectly acceptable to have to do to a lower. I would do that to almost any other lower outside of maybe if I got one directly from Geisley that already had maybe a G2S or SSAE in it or something like that. Even my BCM, I changed the trigger out in that thing. So that's not really that uncommon to have to do. So for $100, then the lower is fine. And then this Rosco 12.5-inch K9 wedge upper, probably one of the best uppers I've shot with. That is not hyperbole at all. That 416R, extremely flat, extremely well performing. We didn't have any ejection problems with this this proprietary patrol length gas system at all. I was taking a lot of gas to the face solely because of this no-name charging handle I just threw into it. So once I get back home, I'm going to swap that out to probably a Radian. Put a little Radian Raptor LT in there, and I won't be catching that. I won't be catching that smoke up in the face. And then the can, leave a message down in the comments, a note down in the comments below. You know, what did you think about this Polonium K dedicated 5.56 can? We've only shown it on video once before when we were doing the Trump thing. I don't think you're allowed to say the words anymore, so I'm just not going to. But I believe that's the only time we showed it. We didn't show sound from up close. We were shooting from far away. So leave a note. Let me know. how'd that thing sound to you? The optic itself, I still sketched out a little bit on using it as a truck gun optic. I think I'll probably throw a Romeo 4S in here. Best of both worlds. It has the solar pad on top, but then it also takes I believe those are 2032 batteries in there. So I think that's probably what I'm going to swap that out. That's my favorite optic. So I'll probably do that, and I'll throw this on something that I'll be using more outside and more in the range so that it has a chance. But as far as how it operated today, I loved it. It's got a circle dot reticle in there. I believe it's like a 65 or 62 MOA circle. So it takes up a good portion of the window, to be honest. But crystal clear glass, daylight bright, no issues there. And obviously you can't go wrong with an SBA3. This might get swapped out here eventually. I have an SBA5, the new one coming in, so that might get swapped out on here. But other than that, everything else will stay just like this. And this will be my primary, truck defense gun. So yeah. Well, that's all we got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I actually had fun filming this one. We did things a little bit differently than we normally do because of the weather. But we wanted to at least get this video in before this possible hurricane rolls through. So yeah, if you like this video, hit that like button. And we are almost at 16,000 subscribers. Maybe by the time you see this, we will be at 16. We are on a march of 20, so if you have not followed yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We would absolutely love it. And if you want to get notified every single time we post cool shit just like this, ring that notification bell. Until next time, I'm John at 2A Patriot Ranch.